उल्लंघ्य सिन्धोः सलिलं सलीलं यशोकवह्निं जनकात्मजायाः आदाय तेनैव ददाह लङ्कां नमामि तं प्राञ्जलिराञ्जनेयम् बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वम् अरोगताः अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्. Hanuman shot like an arrow, arrived in the serene Ashoka Vatika, having perched himself on the branch of a Shimshupa tree. He began to look around, observing every part of the glorious garden. He was soaking in the immense beauty of the Ashoka Vatika. Every tree was glowing. Birds chirping melodiously. Bells that were tied to many trees chiming, creating wondrous sounds. Hanuman, having reached Ashoka Vatika, began to ponder. Ever since the mission began 2 months ago, there was always this discussion amongst the Vanaras. Why all this effort? Why millions and millions of Vanaras must be engaged, staking their lives, searching for that one woman? What is so special about Sita? What is the purpose of all this organized search? Many Vanaras often wondered. All of a sudden, these discussions came in to Hanuman's mind, and he too was wondering, as he was sure that he has arrived at a place where finally he can discover Mother Sita. Hanuman was also very curious to know the answer. What is so special about Sita Mata? Because he had earlier observed Rama, the way he longed for Mother Sita. So therefore, Hanuman was very, very curious. He now knows that he is almost at the end of the search. And therefore, this curiosity only grew in intensity. Hanuman looked out all around, perched on the Simshupa tree. Valmiki very clearly captures the way Hanuman went about examining Ashoka Vatika. Savikshamana tatrasto margamanaha cha maithilim avekshamana cha mahim sarvam tam anvekshat. Vikshamanaha margamanaha avekshamanaha. Hanuman just did not see. He saw, he observed, he examined, he analyzed. This is exactly capturing how Hanuman was focused, how his mind was completely in control, how he was vigilant and diligent at the same time. Now, so far, Hanuman went through several phases where he also was lost in grief, sometimes lost analyzing the challenges that he faced. And therefore here, Valmiki clearly says this is a time when Hanuman is completely under control. He knows this is the time when he should ensure that he does not miss out any finer detail. So therefore, instead of just saying Hanuman looked around, Valmiki says Vikshamanaha, Margamanaha, Avekshamanaha. He looked at every finer detail, did not miss out any details around. Hanuman looked around Ashokavatika, and Valmiki spends almost 2 sargas giving a complete account of the biodiversity. He gives a description of the flora and fauna of all the trees in Ashokavatika. Santanaka creepers, Santana trees. Every tree was filled, it seems, with various kinds of colorful birds. Every tree was decorated, was all blooming, beautiful trees all around. Ashoka trees in full bloom. Kimkusha trees blossoming beautifully. Punnaga trees, Saptaparna trees, Champaka, Uddalaka. In fact, there has been a great detail of research that has been going on. Research on the description in Ramayana of various kinds of trees. Even before, in Chitrakuta, Valmiki gives a beautiful description of the various kinds of trees and plants and flowers. In many ways, this also helps historians to go back and put a date, because some of these trees are extinct. Some of the species of plants of flora and fauna. The great detail that Valmiki gives in Ramayana also helps us to establish the historicity as the events happened. Valmiki gives lot of attention, gives a lot of detail describing Ashokavatika, the beauty and the glory. It seems even in the darkness, the garden was glowing because of the different kinds of trees. And as Hanuman was looking all around, perched on the Simchupa tree, all of a sudden, his attention is arrested towards an object. Then Valmiki writes, Tatho Malina Samvitam Rakshasivi Samavritam Upavasa Kusham Deenam Nishvasantim Punah Punaha Tadarsa Shukla Pakshadau Chandra Rekamiva Amalam Tadarsha Shukla Pakshadau Chandra Rekam Amalam Shukla Pakshadau Chandra Rekam Amalam. His attention is drawn towards a resplendent woman, like a moon, a crescent of full moon. He's basically, Valmiki says, Shukla Pakshado Chandra Rekam, it is a crescent looking at the beginning of a bright fortnight. Therefore, somebody who is very optimistic, with all hope, resplendent, Amalam. What was very striking was the woman looked purity personified. Not only beautiful, but she was purity personified. Valmiki uses the word Amalam. Also, she was hope personified. She was hope personified, very determined, one who was amidst all darkness, but one who has not lost hope. One who knows how to hold on, knowing that pain will end. That is hope. Hoping, holding on, knowing that pain will end. That woman, that resplendent woman, was hope personified. Manda prakyayamanena rupena ruchit prabham pinadham bhumajalena shikhamniva vibhavaso. She looked like a tip of a burning fire covered by smoke. In all that darkness, Hanuman could notice that glow like fire. purity like fire. Ashupurna mukhim dinam kusham ananenasha. But he could also see that there was some unknown, undefinable sadness in that glorious, beautiful face. Shoka dhyana param dinam nityam dukkham parayana. Stuck with grief, immersed in a sea of sorrow, but still she seems to be in a state of meditation. Tam samiksha vishalakshim rajaputrim anindatam tatyamasa sita iti karanaihi upapadayan. Even though she was wearing soiled clothes, dirty, very simple, but still her look suggested she definitely has to be a Rajaputri. Seeing her, the wide-eyed one, beautiful eyes, Hanuman's attention was completely arrested. Hanuman looked at her and said, she must be Sita. She definitely must be Sita. That divine-looking woman with unparalleled beauty has to be Sita. Although in pain, Hanuman now started to match what he saw with the description that Rama gave. Now, when she looked at this divine woman, although she was in pain, she was very determined. Magnanimity oozed from her persona. She had such a regal personality which was glowing with resplendence. She seemed like the very mother of universe. Hanuman knew the very moment he saw, he had goosebumps all over his body. She looked like the very mother of this universe. She resembled a sheet of pure gold, radiating brilliance. In all the darkness, she was beauty personified. At the same time, she was tolerant like Mother Earth. Hanuman noticed also the kind of clothing that she was wearing, yellow in color. And it reminded him of the woman they all saw standing atop Rishyamukha when Ravana was flying on the Pushpaka, carrying. For a fleeting moment, he and Sugriva and the other Vanaras could get a glimpse. And now that scene, he was reminded of that scene. Hanuman also was reminded of the bundle of jewelry which was packaged in a piece of cloth, and what Sita was wearing, it was very clear it is the same piece of cloth with which the jewelry that was thrown at them was the bundle that was thrown at them. It was the same piece of cloth, and once again he was reassured. Looking at the divine woman now, Hanuman, Bhushani cha mukhyani drishtani dharani tale. He also saw various jewels spread all over, hanging from the tree and spread on the ground. She was not wearing any of the ornaments, but everything that Hanuman now could analyze, could observe, matched with the description that Rama had earlier given, and also matched with the other jewelry which was in the bundle that was thrown at them, which was discovered by them. Yam Kanakavarnangi Ramasya Mahishi Priya. Rashta api sati yasya manasona pranashyati. Yam sayat krite Ramaha chaturbihi paritapyate karunyena andrusamshena shokena madanena cha. Hanuman now is convinced she must be the same Sita for whom Rama has been passing through various kinds of emotions: compassion, benevolence, grief, love. Karunyena, andrusamshena, shokena, madanena cha. She must be that woman for whom Rama has been longing for so long, has been going through various phases, various kinds of emotions. Karunyena Andrusamshyena Shokena Madanena cha. Hanuman realized now the same Hanuman who was earlier wondering why all this effort to search, to go after only one woman. I was wondering, now he started wondering how Rama can even sustain one moment in separation. Asya devya manatasmit tasya cha asyam pratitishtitam tenayam cha dharmatma muhurtam vijivati. Rama and Sita, this divine couple, how did they even survive for so long in separation? He realized, looking at the contemplative, meditative Sita, he realized the only reason Mother Sita survived, the only reason Rama survived for so long is because their minds have always been united. Even though they have been physically separated, Sita's mind and heart was firmly fixed upon Rama, and Rama's mind and heart were firmly fixed upon Sita. Dushkaram karute Ramo imam mata kashinim Sitam vina mahabahu muhurtam api jivati. Now he realizes, how did Rama ever survive? How he preserved himself? No one else. Looking at the divinity, the glory of Mother Sita, Hanuman, now answers started to pour. The reason for all that effort to go in search of Mother Sita. Evam Sitam tada drishtva krishta bhavana sambhavaha jagama manasaramam prashamsam chatam prabhu. Prashamsam chatam. Now Rama's praises. Now Hanuman started to praise Rama even more. His love for Rama now grew even more. And now Hanuman knew. Now seeing Sita gave him a lot more reassurance, answered several other questions. Now when Hanuman saw Mandodari, his reaction was totally different. When Hanuman saw Mandodari earlier, he acted like a monkey. We saw how, like a typical monkey, he was jumping around. That was the reaction when he saw Mandodari earlier. The same Hanuman, when he discovered Sita now, he's so very different. He's in a contemplative mood, horripilations all over the body. The Mandodari represents false understanding. The falsity always excites. This is what we see in our day-to-day lives. Falsity always excites and one ends up acting like a monkey. Falsity kills our capacity to think wisely. Truth is sobering. Truth enables us to act wisely. Now, presented with truth, ultimate truth, now Hanuman is empowered to act wisely. Just like how when Hanuman encountered Rama for the first time, when Hanuman encountered Rama for the first time, every pore in his body became alive. He started glowing internally and externally. Hanuman is going through the same experience. Seeing Sita, each pore came alive. He was internally glowing with happiness. He is having the same bone-melting experience with the darshana of Mother Sita. Just like how when he saw Rama, all his doubts melted the very moment he saw Rama. Vidyate hridaya grantihi. Vidyate hridaya grantihi. The Shastra says the moment we have Bhagavan's darshana, all the knots in the heart get untied automatically. All the doubts that plague our mind automatically get answered. Hanuman is going through a similar experience. Overpowered, overwhelmed. There is only one emotion is experiencing now: sheer gratitude for Rama. Sheer gratitude for Rama for having given him this golden opportunity to be the instrument, his instrument in search of Mother Sita. Hanuman too, during various discussions with Rama, with the Vanaras, had earlier wondered Rama's seeming obsession with Sita, loss of mental peace. Hanuman too wondered why the supreme person, the Purushottama, had to lose at times his own sense of equanimity, thinking of Mother Sita. Now Hanuman knows all that is justified. Now he is asking a different question: how could Rama even live for a moment without Sita? The same Hanuman who had questions in his mind as to why Rama is so very obsessed is now got his answer, and now he's asking a different question: how can he even live for a moment in separation? The infinite troubles that Rama went through are all justified. Now he says Rama should have put in a lot more effort. A lot of time has been wasted now. Now Hanuman, in a state where he is immersed in bliss, at the same time he also has emotions of grief as well, looking at the state of Mother Sita, a pitiable state, surrounded by all the Rakshasis. Prashasyatu prashasastam Sitam tam Haripungavaha Gunabhiramam Ramam cha Punachinta Parobhavat. Gunabhiramam cha, singing Rama's glories once again. Hanuman went into a state of analyzing, thinking about what needs to be done. Several thoughts began to rush in his mind. Samuhurtamivadhyatva bhashpa paryakulekshanaha Sitam ashritya tejasvi Hanuman vilalapaha. Looking at Sita, Sita's eyes were brimming with tears. Even though she was determined, she was in a meditative mood, still Hanuman could see that longing. Sita pining for Rama. Looking at that sorry state, Hanuman was also in grief. Hanuman vilalapat. How can this happen to the mother? Manya Guruvinitasya Lakshmanasya Guru Priya Yadi Sita api dukkharta kalohi durata vikrama. He says, Hanuman starts to think that Mother Sita, protected by Lakshmana, who belongs to the Purushottama Ramachandra, that Mother Sita, the mother of this universe, if she has to suffer like this, what can one say about the power of Kala, about time? Ramasya Vyavasayagnya Lakshmanasya cha dhimataha na atyartam Kshubhye Devi Ganga iva Jaladagame. Ganga Devi Jaladagame. But he also could notice something very, very fascinating. He was very also fascinated by the way Mother Sita was dealing with the situation, dealing with the calamity. Just like Ganga is not agitated by the rain-bearing clouds, Mother Sita is not perturbed at all, as she is aware of Rama's prowess, might of Lakshmana. He could sense the determination, that faith in her, that it is just a matter of time. It is just a matter of time before Rama and Lakshmana would be there, discovering her. Also, Hanuman, soaking in this glorious, divine form of Sita, he also looks at Sita and he cannot stop matching Rama's beauty and Sita's beauty. Hanuman now has now a new, he's earning. He had earlier experienced Rama's beauty. Now he is experiencing Sita's beauty. Now he is earning to experience their beauty together. He wants to see the divine couple coming together. And Hanuman looks at Mother Sita and he thinks to himself, Tulya Shila Vayovrittam Tulyabhijana Lakshanam Raghavorhati Vaidehim Tamcha Yamasati Kshana. Bhagavan and Bhagavati, Narayana and Shri are made for each other. Bhagavan Narayana Mimata Anurupa Swarupa Rupa Gunapaveshwarya Sheelavadi Anavadikadishe Asankheya Kalyana Gunagana. Bhagavan has Asankheya Kalyana Gunagana, and Bhagavati is also, she also has all in auspicious qualities that match with the auspicious qualities of Bhagavan. Rama is made for Sita and Sita is made for Rama. The divine couple are made for each other. And Hanuman thinks to himself, Tulya Shila Vayo Vrittam Tulya Bhijana Lakshana. In all characteristics, on all counts, Sita is made for Rama, and Rama is made for Raghavorhati Vaidehim Tamcha Yema Asiti Kshana. Looking at Sita's beautiful dark eyes. Raghavorhati. Rama deserves Sita and Sita deserves Rama. Tam Drishtva Nava Hema Abham Loka Kantam Iva Shriyam. Golden hued Sita. She was glowing in all the darkness. She was glowing amidst all the darkness. Jagama Manasaramam Vachanam Cha Idam Abraveet. Hanuman is now having a conversation with Rama. Looking at Sita is having a conversation, experiencing the divine beauty of Mother Sita. Hanuman starts to have an inner conversation with Rama. Rama, who is within his heart, he starts to have that conversation. Asya hetora vishalaksha hatovali mahabalaha Ravana pratimo virya kabhandancha nipapatitaha. Now I understand, hey Rama, why you went about vanquishing Vali. Why you went about eradicating Kabandha. I now have the reason. It is only for the sake of Sita. It is for the sake of Sita you killed Vali. It is for the sake of Sita you destroyed the wicked Kabandha, who is even more powerful than Ravana. Iradacha hatasamkhyo rakshaso bhima vikramaha vane ramena vikramya mahendrena iva shambharaha. Just like how Indra destroyed the wicked Shambhara, you destroyed Viradha, the Rakshasa. I now know why you killed the wicked Rakshasa Viradha. It is only for the sake of Mother Sita. Chaturdasa Sahasradi Rakasam Bhima Karmanam Nihatai Janastane Sharai Agni Shikopamayi with arrows, with blazing like fire. In Janasthana earlier, I came to know how you destroyed 14,000 Rakshasas effortlessly. I now have the answer why you did so. It is only for the sake of Mother Sita. Aishwaryam Vanaranam cha Dullabham Balipalitam Asya Nimate Sugriva Praptavan Loka Sukrutam. I also now understand one more reality. Now I know how Sugriva got back the kingdom and got back all the wealth. It is only because of you, hey Mother Sita. It is the blessings of Shri that all the prosperity was once again regained by Sugriva. Sagaracha Maya Kranta Shriman Nadipatihi Asyaheter Vishalaksha Puricha Iyam Nirikshita. I also know now how I managed to cross over the ocean and how I, a very simple Vanara, managed to not only cross over the ocean, go about the whole, every nook and corner of Lanka and finally end up before you. I know now the reason. It is only you, your blessing. Hey, mother, it is only because of your blessing that I managed to accomplish, which can never be imagined. Yadirama Samudrantam Medi Nima Parivartate Asyakate Jagatna Api Yuktam Iti Evame Matihi. Now I know if Rama can turn around upside down this whole land. Why this whole land? This entire world upside down for your sake, and it is justified. Rajyam va Trutulekeshu Sitam va Janakatmacha Trailokya Rajyam Saktam Sitaya Apriyat Kalam. All the kingdoms on one side and Sita on the other side. All the kingdoms of not this loka alone, of all the lokas on one side and Mother Sita on the other side. There is no match. There is no match to you, hey mother. Iyam sa dharmashilasya janakasya mahatmanaha sutha maitili rajyasya Sita bhartridhravrata. Bhartridhravrata. The kind of dedication you have for Rama, the devotion, the love for Rama is matchless. Hey mother, iyam sa dharmashilasya. You are the very embodiment of dharma. Daughter of the great Janaka, the Karma Yogi, the Jnani, the great Bhakta. You demonstrate what bhakti is all about. You are very personification of bhakti. Hanuman is inspired looking at Mother Sita. Uttita Medinim Bhitva Kshetre Halamukha Kshate Padmarenu Nibhai Kirna Shubhai Kedara Pamsubihi. He is reminded of the advent of Mother Sita here, how she had risen from the land when it was tilled by the plough by Janaka, and how, just like how a beautiful lotus flower is covered by pollen dust around, when she rose from Mother Earth, she was covered by the dust of paddy, and how she beautifully arose from the earth. He was reminded of the glorious advent of Mother Sita. Dharmajnasya Kritajnasya Ramasya Viditatmajaha Iyam sa Daita Bharya Rakshasi Vashamagataha. That Rama, who is Dharmajnaha, who is Kritajnaha, who has no parallel in this universe, who is the very embodiment of Dharma, who is ever grateful, that unparalleled, peerless Purushottama, his Sita now is captured and is in captivity, surrounded by all these Rakshasas in this pitiable condition. Sarvan Bhogan Parityajya Bhartu Sneha Balatkrita. Sarvan Bhogan Parit. Now Hanuman cannot accept the situation, this injustice that he feels. Sarvan Bhogan Parityajya Bhartu Sneha Balatkrita. On account of her immense love for Rama, she has given up all kinds of luxuries and made a choice to go through, to face the pains. Achintatva dukkani pravishta nirjanam vanam samprishta phalamulena. She chose to follow Rama into the forest and live only on roots and fruits. This sacrifice is unimaginable. Bhartru Shushruna para Yaparam Bhajate Preetim Manepi Bhavaneyata. In the process of serving Rama, she chose difficulties. She chose places which are unimaginable, and yet everywhere she went, she treated them like the palace. Saiyam Kanakavarnangi Nityam Suspita Bhashini Sahateya Yatnam Yesham Anarthanam Abhangini. Anarthanam Abhangini. Here she is teaching us, Hanuman tells himself, how to face adversity, how to face calamity, how to tolerate, how to practice tolerance amidst all calamities, how undergoing pains not choose to suffer. Hanuman is overwhelmed. He is overwhelmed. Kshitikshama Pushkara Kshitikshama Pushkara Sabhiknyakshi Ya Rakshita Raghava Lakshanabhyam Sa Rakshasi Bhir Vikriti Kshinapi Saprakshe Samprati Vrikshamule. He is seated on the tree. Hanuman is looking at Sita and he is now wondering what is the right time to approach her. How to approach her? What should be his next steps? And he's also telling himself, iti evam artam kapiranvekshaya Sita iyam iti eva nivishta buddhihi. Sita iyam iti eva nivishta buddhi. With firm mind, he tells himself, this is Sita. This has to be Sita. This is Mother Sita. So therefore, now he is very clear. He has discovered Mother Sita, and now the next step has to be to approach her. How to approach her? What should be his next steps? As Hanuman contemplates on his next steps, let us celebrate that glorious occasion where Hanuman's search for Mother Sita gets fulfilled and is rewarded with the glorious vision of the mother. We will see how Hanuman approaches Sita and the glorious conversation between them in the coming sarkas. Jai Shri Ram.